African countries have united in opposition to Kenya's President William Ruto, accusing him of betraying the principles of Pan-Africanism. These nations contend that Ruto, rather than being a champion of Pan-Africanism, is acting as a puppet for Western interest, furthering imperial agendas across the African continent.
This other one here called himself William Ruto are the two most evil and wicked presidents on the face of the planet. Very disappointing and disgusting. These two are Western puppets. They don't need no credibility whatsoever. Unbelievable.
And the controversy surrounding Ruto intensified after he received praise from US President Joe Biden for his role in quelling gang violence in Haiti by dispatching Kenya police officers to the Caribbean nation, a region predominantly inhabited by people of African descent.
I thank President Ruto of Kenya. I thank him for his willingness to serve as the lead nation of a UN-backed security support mission. I call on the Security Council to authorize this mission now. The people of Haiti cannot wait much longer.
And to understand how Ruto arrived at this contentious juncture, it's essential to trace his political trajectory.
Hello, my name is Chief Okuzo from Plug TV.
Upon assuming the presidency as Kenya's fifth leader, Ruto rapidly gained influence throughout Africa by speaking eloquently on matters concerning the African continent. His vocal stance against Western interference resonated with African leaders.
We want another organization of equals, where you have as much say because you pay, as much as we do because we also pay. That's the organization we are looking for. And that is why we are saying we need a new financial architecture where governance, where power is not on the hands of a few people.
He even adopted kaunda suit, an attire of Pan-African leaders who had historically opposed Western influence. In July, Ruto addressed the Pan-African Parliament Summit in Johannesburg, South Africa, where he passionately discussed Africa's shared destiny and the imperative to break free from Western influence.
They want to invite 50 heads of state. So we go to a meeting, just explain to me what kind of outcome you expect where 50 heads of state are sitting. Everybody is asked to speak to 1.5 minutes. You speak to for 1.5 minutes. What kind of engagement are you going to get? You're going to get nothing, right? The best that you get is photographs.
However, less than a month later, he advocated for the reinstatement of a Western-backed president in Niger.
The Republic of Kenya joins the rest of the world to condemn in the strongest terms this unconstitutional act that subverts democracy through a coup d'etat and calls for the immediate release of President Mohamed Bazoum, who is reportedly seized by members of the Presidential Guard.
Moreover, while he championed African sovereignty and agency during the 5th mid-year African Union meeting, Ruto secretly engaged in discussions with US leaders to deploy Kenyan troops to Haiti, undermining the nation's sovereignty on behalf of the United States. Ruto's behavior further confounded observers when he aligned with Ukraine against Russia, emphasizing a rules-based international order, but failed to demonstrate a similar commitment to African countries' sovereignty and agency, particularly in the face of French occupation in Niger. Despite his eloquent speeches on African sovereignty and self-reliance, Ruto's actions have appeared contradictory. He signed the Economic Partnership Agreement with the EU, seemingly undermining the African Continental Free Trade Area, and blocked food imports from neighboring Uganda while falsely claiming a food shortage in East Africa. Ruto's propensity to involve himself in international affairs on behalf of the West while ostensibly advocating for Africa has led to mounting criticism from his African counterparts. Many Africans now view him as a hypocrite and a schemer, questioning his true allegiance to the continent. On social media, sentiments against Ruto are growing, with users expressing skepticism about his Pan-African credentials and accusing him of being a political opportunist. For instance, this Twitter user said this about Ruto: "Don't fall for his Pan-African flattery and counter suits. Ruto is not a Pan-Africanist. He is dangerous." Another Twitter user added saying, "I really want those Pan-Africanists to obliterate Ruto and call him out for the puppet and the hypocrite he is. Africa's president, my foot." Another person added saying, "What do you call a man who today urges African leaders to ditch the dollar, seemingly supporting a Pan-African single currency, and tomorrow is negotiating deals with IMF and World Bank, the primary enabler of dollar hegemony?" This shift in perception is not surprising to many Kenyans who have long seen Ruto as a double-dealing politician known for making unfulfilled campaign promises.
What have you done in the 1 year? Why did you impose on us this punitive tax? When is the bay of Ugali coming down? He will be asked those questions, and it is, even if you lock us, all of us, unless you go to Western and lock everybody up. But for as long as you're going to meet Wananchi, you must be guaranteed that they will ask you questions about the promises you made and what the government has done.
These developments seem to validate the warnings issued by Kenya's fourth president Uhuru Kenyatta, who cautioned against trusting Ruto's words and predicted that he would ultimately betray his supporters. As the African nation's collective disapproval of Ruto intensifies, it is clear that his reputation as a political manipulator is spreading beyond Kenya's borders. Anyway, what are your thoughts about Ruto? Leave your thoughts on our comment section. That is it for now. Thanks for watching. Let's meet next time. Bye-bye.